Happy Monday, people. This is your boy Casey doing this for 1870 Casual. I'm at home sick. Should be at work, but feeling under the weather. Um, Shit's not good right now. It's a lot of the, I don't want to say doom and gloom, but it is doom and gloom. You know, when Eric Ten Hag became this coach for our club, there was a lot of hope. There still is hope. We thought he was going to bring fresh ideas. We thought he was going to bring his own way, his own system. And it started off like that, his tenure here, or his coaching time here. But now he's too pragmatic. Now he's too, he's conforming too much. He's going away from his own principles, his own ideas, his own plan. And if he keeps it up, he's going to get fired. It's just going to be another one of the coaches to get fired underneath the GLAZERS tree. And I'm not going to get into them because it's pointless. If anyone can't see that when you have no structure, no support, and you neglect issues in a club, little problems become big problems, and then big problems become your way. It becomes your culture. It becomes the only way to do things. You know, we've got players that's been around since LVG and Martial and Rashford too. Not saying they're the main problem, but they are problems. You know, you have players I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4 managers leave. Is that right? LVG, Marino, Ollie, and you guys say Ratnick. 4 managers leave. So they're accustomed to quitting. They're accustomed to knowing that players will outlast them because the owners have created this player power culture where I know the players will not admit that they know they will outlast a coach, but they have to know that it's part of their trait. It's part of their give up. You know, if you are a player, and if you, like, I played organized sports for into my 20s or whatever. If you are a player and you understand that you're going to be there longer than the coach, it's okay to quit. It's okay to say, this guy's out the door, and we'll get another chance with another coach, and we'll be here, and whatever he's saying, we don't have to fight for him. And I'm not saying that is what's going on, but it feels like it in a way. You know, it's a rough culture to fight, and especially when you're getting paid top dollar. There's no incentive for you to break out of that mold, if you feel what I'm saying. So what we have here is we have a team full of players who are not performing for a boss, and the boss, instead of installing his beliefs, his values, his standards, he's going away from it. He's literally going away from it. He's conforming to them. He's lightweight throwing in the white flag, and he's giving up. It seems like he's giving up. And that's not what Eric Ten Hag is here to do. He's a strong-willed man, but when you have a culture, would always break a coach. If you feel what I'm saying, our culture is much stronger than our coach because the culture's been around here for years, decades, and that's the ownership have allowed that to build and manifest and be a giant. When your culture is strong, some coaches can't. Like, if we had a strong culture, any coach could come in here and win. And that means if we had a strong leadership. Any coach could come in here and win, but what happens is when you have weak leadership, every coach comes in here and loses, and they get sacrificed. It's a lot of problems. It's a lot of problems. You know, Eric Ten Hag, in an interview with a Norwegian outlets, they asked him, can this team play like your Ajax club? Do you want to play like the Ajax club? And he said never. This team will never play like them. That's not the way they are. Ajax is a different situation. And that's when he says never, that's disheartening. That means never means never, ever. They can't do it. So he's come to realize that he can't get a team to play under his way, play his way. And it feels like it's a defeatist attitude. So me, being an intelligent, realist person I am, I hear that, I feel defeated. I woke up to that this morning. I feel defeated. You know, every match I get excited and I pick a red to win. Every Monday I try to find a bright spot. I'm not gonna lie to myself. I'm gonna continue supporting this club. I love this club. It's mad how much I love this club. But I'm not gonna lie to myself. Not for these players. They don't. I truly believe they don't care. I mean, you hear some of our ex like Keno, Neville talk about Bruno the way they talked about him. I'd be ashamed of Bruno. Keno says he don't deserve he should be stripped from his captaincy. That's the most embarrassing thing you could do to a captain. When they did it to Pogba, we thought everybody in the world thought it was wrong when Mourinho did that to Pogba. Like, you can't do that. That's disrespectful. Keno is actually saying Eric Ten Hag needs to make a tough decision and do that. That's disheartening. And I don't say I agree with him, but something needs to be done. You know, after the match, there was about 8 Reds sat around at the pub, and we talked about Bruno and Rashford. We all sat around and we said, we need to talk about Bruno and Rashford. It was like a calling of the clans. Everybody was, and we were all in agreement that these guys are letting us down. And Eric Ten Hag's loyalty and blind faith with them is going to get him sacked. It's going to get him sacked. And I don't want him to get sacked. Come on, man. That's not going to work. It's not going to work. But when you don't have support, when there's a culture stronger than your will as a coach, as a boss, as a gaffer, it's going to happen. It's happened to strong coaches like Mourinho, Louis van Gaal. It's happened to the legend like Ollie. It's happened to the guy who was the team builder in Ragnick. It's just another check on the belt. It's another check on the gun. It's just another check. The Glazers don't care, because what happens is there's another scapegoat. Fire another coach. They get to stall and get more money out the club. And what can we do as supporters? We can bitch, yell, protest. It don't matter. The clubs are ruined. You know, Pep came out and said the reason why they're successful because the owners, the sporting director of football, the CEO, him, they're all in the right direction. They all have the same vision. You can't say that about our club. We don't have the vision because there's a disconnect from the owners. They are in a whole different mind state. They're not thinking about winning. There's a disconnect from the director of football. They don't know what to do because right now they don't even know if they have jobs. And Eric Ten Hag is on his own to fix the mess, which is bigger than a coach can't fix this mess. It's going to take a cultural reboot. So far as I'm concerned, until we get a new culture, new director of football, new this, new that, it's not going to change. We'll keep supporting, but it's going to be disappointment forever. As long as it, not forever, forever, but Ten Hag came out and said he never will play like Ajax. So what are we doing? I don't want to play like Manchester United Football Club right now. Not this DNA, not this current team, not this type of club. This is nothing to do with Fergie years, the Busby Babes, none of that. This ain't got shit to do with that. This is the culture now. This is the Glazer culture that we're playing. This is the United way under the Glazers, and it sucks. I'm not gonna lie to myself. It sucks. So we gotta talk. He's gotta figure out who he trusts. He can't just go off guys and play guys anymore because of reputation, salaries, and captaincy. Nah, that's dead. Because he's gonna get fired. And there's going to be a new coach in. And then there's going to be a coach coming in with players that's from 4 different bosses. Louis van Gaal, Mourinho, Ali, Ragnick, now Erik ten Hag. And it is what it is. A little bit down. I'm about to go lay back down, take some vitamins. I'm gonna do a video later with Mikey, but I'm down. I'm not happy. I'm not gonna lie to myself either. I'm not gonna make these players out to be better than what they are. I am not gonna let my support for this club that I love more than these players allow me to believe that they care just as much as you do, just as much as Erik ten Hag do, just as much as Keno does. I'm just not going to allow it. Because they don't. It's Casey, 1878 Casuals. Everybody have a good Monday.